Okay, so as you can see, FX replay is under schedule, so I can't go through my breakdown of every trade like I normally do, but I'll give you a breakdown of the week, last week of July, and yeah, we ended up taking a trade on Monday. Don't usually trade Mondays, but this trade for me was a trade to take. So I broke my rules taking it, but as you can see, what we had here, yeah, this big bearish move to the downside. This was the most recent low for me because it's created all these lows. This is the most recent one. Then created this high. As you can see, created a break structure just here. So I marked up the 50% area and I entered off of 50%. Took it all the way down. But what actually happened is I entered here. I didn't actually enter on the 50%. The reason for it is because as you can see, it came close to it, then rejected, came close to it again, rejected. So I was thinking, oh, it's gonna do that again. It was 2 pips away and not hit my limit. So I just manually entered. But as I manually entered, as you can see, that big wick, I missed out by 2 pips, which is annoying because price then went 28 pips into profit. And then it had this reversal. There's breaker structure towards the upside here. So I manually closed for 16 pips profit. So yeah, about 1.6 R that trade. And I also took the trade on a 5 minute because I was trading the 5 minute as well. I took the same trade on a 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minute. 5 minute was a bit cleaner for me personally, anyway. So it might look a bit messy, but let me try clean it up a little bit. Uh, get rid of that. Get rid of that. So on the 5 minute, as you can see, this was the most recent bearish candle for me. So once it broke with that big candle there, I entered. Should have entered at 50%, but I ended up entering here, and then I took price lower. Why is it lagging? I don't know why it's lagging. Can it stop lagging? It's still lagging. Don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. But yeah, had this big bearish move to the downside. Then as you can see, created this high. This high retested this low, failed to close beneath. So I was thinking, oh, it could possibly reverse, but we'll wait for the close of the structure above. And as you can see, closed above. So I got out of that trade here. So I closed that trade for about a 1.7 R. So that's Monday's trade. But as you can see, all the trades went to TP. I just held, but you can do coulda, shoulda, woulda, and all of that, but it's not gonna get you nowhere. Just have to follow your rules. Another trade took this on the 5 minute. As you can see, London session, most recent. This was the first low, and it's created this bullish, these two bullish candles. So this is the bearish candle, this is the bullish candle. So that's the low, and that's the high for now. That's the new high. That's the new low. So once the new low is broken, I wait for a retest of 50%. So here, entered again, did the same thing I did the day before. It was in this area for quite a while, from 9 to 10, so an hour and 10:05, so an hour and 5 minutes, which is fine. So it's consolidating a bit. Then it had this nice bearish push, break structure to the downside. Then it created bullish momentum near the TP. It created this low then created this high. So I was thinking, could possibly reverse here, but wait for a break structure. So the low created high, high then created this low then created a new high then created a new low. This low then created a new high, breaking this previous structure. So I closed out here. And as you can see, price was fully reversed and hit stop loss. So that is a perfect example of why you should follow your rules and not think, oh, if I just held it a bit, it would have done this or whatever, because you can do the exact same thing twice and have two different outcomes, three, four, different, like so many different outcomes. So you have to just make sure, remove your emotions from trading, just follow the plan, follow the rules that you set before you even got into the trade. And that's the only way to ensure profitability, right? Because as you can see here, I got out here because it broke structure to the upside and it continued down and it would have hit full TP. Then if I did the same thing here, waiting for full TP, price was 3 pips from full TP and then reversed and would have stopped me out. So that had been smart, risking a whole 3 pips to then lose. That doesn't make sense. So that was this trade on the 5 minute break structure retest. Simple stuff. And then the 15 minute, I don't know if I actually caught this on the 15. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, on the 15, I don't think there was an entry. I was looking for this to be broken and then retesting to 50%, but as you can see, there was no retest. So that was Tuesday. So Monday win of 1.6R, Tuesday win of 1.7R, near enough. So that was 2 wins back to back. And then Wednesday, I think I've taken a trade every day this week, which is a bit mad. I don't know why it's lagging so much, but it is annoying. Wednesday, I just followed the same thing I did on Monday and Tuesday. But as you can see, 3 of the same trades, 3 different outcomes. A win, could have hit TP, a win, fully reverse, hit stop loss, and then this trade. So as you can see, break structure to the downside, retesting for 50%, and then dropped into profit a little, and then stopped me out, closed above structure. So I closed out here, so it wasn't a full loss. So that was that trade. And then because it did close above this structure, right? Because it did close above this high, I was thinking, okay, so if it's broken above the highs, let me look at it on a 15. So I looked at it on a 15, and on a 15, as you can see, this was the low. This low then created this high, this high then created this. This low created this high then created this low. Didn't close beneath. This low to create this breaker structure. So I said, okay, I'm going to buy on 50%, bought on 50%, and lost within one candle, as you can see. So that was that. So Monday trade, Monday trade, Tuesday trade, 2 wins, Wednesday loss, and then Thursday I can't actually remember. Oh, Thursday no trade. Oh, oh, you know. So I traded the 5 minute on Thursday. Thursday was a trade on 5 minute. Uh, I think I did take this trade on the 5. Yeah, it must have been. So as you can see, high creates low, low creates high. High then creates this nice bearish candle. I thought it was gonna retest and then go lower. Price stopped me out, as you can see. So closed when it closed the trade here. So 2 wins, 2 losses so far, but they haven't been full SLs and the TPs haven't been full TPs. So you know it's a bit of a weird week. And then Friday, which is today, took a trade on the 5 minute, and this trade to me was just it was a good trade, but didn't play out. So as you can see, we had this area here. This is on the 15th. Let me just go over the 15th first. So as you can see, bullish London session high creates this break structure to the downside. I don't look at previous time before London session, but you could say yeah, it broke the Asian lows, broke previous session lows. Plus, it's been in a nice uptrend. So I thought, okay, this is just a liquidity grab. As you could say, like they like to call things liquidity grabs, but for me, it's just testing the highs. Tested the highs, failed 4 times. Failing the highs means that it's wicked into that area, it's traded to that level, but struggled to close above. So because it hasn't body closed above, I just say it's retested the highs and failed. So it's done that 4 times. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. It's done that 4 times, then it's broken structure to the downside. So look for a retest into 50% to take price lower. Did that, it lost. That is that. And on the 5 minute, this trade to me made sense because I'm following my rules. London session high, trades low, break structure with a strong bullish candle, 50% entry, and then it was just a target of 1 to 3. I got 1 to 3, and this trade actually hit full stop loss. So one trade hit full stop loss, the other two closed out at I think around 0.5% each or 0.7 something percent. Because I'm risking 2%, so I'm trying to figure out what it would be. It'd be 1 point something percent or just under that. But then neither of my TPs fully hit. But both my TPs fully hit, then I'd be fine. But I think I'm just at break even or maybe slightly in drawdown. But that is my trades of the week. Taking a trade every single day this week, which is a bit crazy. Bit crazy. Three losses, 2 wins this week, which isn't that bad. So yeah, 3 losses, 2 wins this week, and that is the end of July. And yeah, be back next week for another weekly breakdown. The reason I'm trading the 5 and the 15 is I'm trying to figure out which performs better on a funded account because on a 15 minute, I've back tested it, I've traded it before. It does well in the long run, but it has a very low win rate, right? And as you can see on the 15 minute, a lot of the trades hit stop loss. So risking 2%, I could have a week like I've had this week, risking 2% per trade, and then been stopped out 3 times or 2 times in 1 week. That means I'd be down 6 or 4% in 1 week. So for a funded account, it might not be the best approach because it does hit full stop loss. Whereas if you look at the 5 minute, I've taken 2 wins and 3 losses, but the 3 losses, only one of them hit full stop loss. The other two were very easily that I was able to exit without taking the full loss. So I think if I go to my MetaTrader and I read out the stats of this week. So the trade on Monday, is this week? Okay, Monday. So trade on Monday, the 27th, that was a win of $364. Then Tuesday, that was a win of $392. And then the trade on Wednesday was a loss of $84. And then Thursday, the loss on Thursday was uh Thursday. Trying to make sure I'm reading the right dates. Loss on Thursday was $136. And then the loss today, which is Friday, was a loss of $219. So if we put that in a calculator, minus 219 minus 82, 54, 44, minus 40. So that's minus 439. Now, so all them losses, so 3 losses, one full stop loss, one closed out because structure reversed. So in total, that was minus $439. Now let me add my wins in there. 364 plus 392 gives you a profit of 317. So the account's in profit by 3%. And I've taken 3 losses and 2 wins this week. And that just goes to show that yes, two of my trades didn't hit TP, so I had to close at half R, basically 1.5, 1.6 around that margin when I normally target a 3R. But neither did my losses because I was very able to get out of the trades when I saw they were wrong. Now, if I looked at the Monday trade and said, "Oh, last time I got out early, last time I got out early, it ended up winning, so I'm going to do the same," and I went in with that same mindset on Tuesday, then I would have lost this trade, right? And then I would have been down. I would have been up 6% here because I'm risking 2%, up 6%, and then lost 2%, and then been down 4%. Well, been up 4%, I mean, right? And then if I took the same mindset of Wednesday, right? Break structure, okay, retest. Did I take a buy on Wednesday? I've now forgot what I've done on Wednesday because I've just deleted all my markings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took a, yeah, I think I took a sell. I take a sell. Yeah, I took a sell. So if I did, if the same thing happened here and I said, oh, I'm just gonna hold it because last time I got out early, it did whatever, then I would have lost another 2% here. So back to back 2% I would have lost. So then I'd be at profit of 2%. And if I did the same thing here, I didn't close out when structure showed me I'm wrong, then I would have also lost another 2%. You know, so then I would have been up 6% on Monday and then lost it within the next 3 days, and then I would have been in drawdown by minus 2%. So getting out early in your wins because structure's showing you, look, you're not right anymore. Getting out when structure's showing you the trade you're losing, you can cut your losses. Just do it, you know. There's no need to try hold it through all the losses, and there's no need to try hold it to full TP. Yes, if it hits TP, that's great, but it doesn't mean you have to just beg it. You know, don't need to beg it to TP. Like it will hit eventually. It might not be this trade, it might not be the next, but it might be your fourth trade. But there's no reason to have four trades and want them to all hit TP or try to make or force them to hit all TP. If it shows you that you're wrong, just take your little profit and move on. You know, because profit is better than no profit. There's people out there that make no profit and they'd be praying and hoping that they just make a little bit of profit. You know, and at the end of the day, a profit is better than a loss. You know, making $100 is better than not making any dollars. So yeah, just know when to cut your wins and call it a day, and also know when to cut your losses and go on to the next day. You know, because if you don't cut your losses, they can accumulate and then be more than you intended for them to be. Yes, I risk 2%, so I'm willing to lose 2%. But if I can find a way where I can understand where I'm wrong early and lose $100 or lose 150 or $84, I'd rather do that every single time because then I know when I win my 6%, I will know how many trades I have of leverage now. If I win 6% and I know my average loss is $100 when I'm risking 2% or $84, or out of three, four trades, I only hit max stop loss once, which is 2%, then I know I've got more than six trades to lose before I lose it all. You know, I know I've got about, yeah, I've got about six trades that I can lose back to back. Do you know what I'm saying? Without one of them hitting full stop loss, one of them hit full stop loss and changes the whole dynamic. But if I can close them all out at around $184 and so forth, I've got six trades that I can lose back to back before I go to break even. Now, within that period of taking them six trades, none of the six trades I take, three of them could lose, and the other half could go to half R, 15 pips in profit. Because I'm risking 2%, that's still 3% I'm gaining, right? So it's not about how many times you win, it's not about how many times you lose, it's about how much do you win when you win? How much do you lose when you lose? You know? Because if you're losing 2% every trade, but when you win, you're winning 6% or whatever, all it takes is one bad week, you know, for you to have to really think about your funded account. If you're on a personal account, it's totally different. You don't have to do that. You know, you own 100% of the capital. So for you to lose 100% of the capital and you're risking 2%, you'd have to lose 50 trades back to back without a single win, which if that happens to you, is diabolical and you should just hang it up. But other than that, you should be cool, you know? Like you have to have a strategy on how to pass fundeds. And if that means you risk 2% and you go through bare accounts, but you eventually get a payout that clears all the previous accounts you bought, then that's fine. Like that's just how trading is, you know? Just gotta move on. And that is why I risk 2%, because I don't mind failing them. But as long as it's quick, either I want to pass quickly or fail quickly. I'm not trying to be on account for months because if you think about it, if you think of it like a job perspective, would you be working for months for free? You wouldn't, you know? If your boss said you're not getting paid for 3 months, would you attend work? You wouldn't. So why would you do that on the charts? So it's about passing, for me personally, passing as quickly as possible. So I'm going to take every breaker structure trade. I'm going to risk 2%. I'm going to accept risking 2%. But I know if them two trades hit, right? Where is it? Where's this week? If them two trades hit, this trade here hit, and this trade here hit on the 5 minute, That would have been 6% here and then another 6%. I would have made 12%, so I'd have passed the first stage. Then I'd be on to the second stage. Let's say I get the account details by Wednesday. Okay, fair enough. Here I'd be down 2% or just a little less. Here I'd probably be down another 2%, a little less because I've actually taken these trades. So I'd be entering next week down, let's say I hit full stop loss for these three trades. I'd be entering next week losing three trades down 6%. Right now, if next week I go on to have one win, that's just cleared all my losses, right? And I'm back at break even, and then I have to make 5%. Now, if I now go to take a back-to-back win, so I won 6%, which means I've cleared out the three losses I've taken here, and I take another trade and I go on to win that, then I pass the account, right? I pass the account with three profitable trades. Whereas if I'm risking 1% now, yes, I could have lost 1% here, 2% here, 3%, and then I take my next trade and I win it. That's 3%, so I'm at break even. I win again. I'm now in 3% profit. I've still got 7% to go. So I now have to go and win and have two more trades. That's just long. That's just long. And especially with trade frequency, if you have a strategy where you get trades every day, I don't know how I got trades every day this week, I was just begging it. But if you have a strategy where you catch trades once a week, twice a week, or 6 times a month or whatever, do you know how long it's going to take for you to win them three, four, five, six trades to pass 15% challenges or challenges at 8%? Like, do you know how long that's going to take? It's going to take you a month of no bread, 2 months, 3 months. It's just long. So sometimes you just have to up your risk. And once you up your risk and pass and get a couple payouts, then you can start putting into your and allocating into your personal funded. And then you can, on your personal account, then you can start risking 1% and then choosing your risk type. And if you want to be a pussy, you can be a pussy on it. That's your own money. So whatever you make goes into your bank account. Whatever you lose, you're gonna feel. Whereas a funded, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean much. Do you know what I'm saying? You lose $1,000 on a 10K, which is 10%. You fail it. What happens? They send you an email. You failed. You buy another one. If you lose $1,000 out of your 10,000 in real life, they don't send you a message. You keep going. You keep going until the balance either hits zero or you choose to withdraw it all because you're scared. So just have to see it like that. Don't take funders too serious. Obviously, take it serious in the way you're taking trades, but don't think of it like you're so scared to fail. If you think about it like you're so scared to fail, you're gonna be scared to take trades. Being scared to take trades means you're gonna now not go off logic, you're going off your emotions, which if you go off anything in life with your emotions, you're not gonna get that far. You know? Trading doesn't reward emotional traders, doesn't reward emotions, you know? If I had emotions on Monday and said, "Oh, I'm up six, I'm not near enough 6%, or I could have hit 6%, but I didn't hold it, so I'm gonna do the same on Tuesday," I would have lost. And then I would have been like, "Oh my God, it didn't work on Tuesday, so I'm gonna be a pussy on Wednesday because I'm not trying to lose a profit again on Monday or whatever." Then I would have lost again, and it's the same thing. If I said, "Oh, Wednesday, I've taken two losses now, or I've taken a loss, I'm down in drawdown, I'm not trading Thursday or Friday." Yes, Thursday and Friday this week I've lost, but what if they didn't lose? Then I would have lost out on a possible 12% this week, but I didn't. I just carried on trading, followed my plan. Whether that lost, whether that won, whether it went to TP after I took the trade, whether it didn't, I just followed my rules because that's all you can do, you know? I might blow this a funded account, I might blow my next one, but eventually, they would be passed in two trades, they'll be passed in three trades, passed in four trades, or however many, but it'll be passed quickly, and that will recover the previous accounts. If you buy 5 accounts for $70, right, and you get a payout of $1,000, you've made profit. You just have to think of it from a business perspective instead of a funded perspective. Think of it from a business perspective. The investment you make is buying the account. Now your ROI is based on how much you return from that account, you know? So understand how much you're investing into the accounts, add it all up, and then set that as like a target that you want to reach. Okay, I've invested 1,000 in total in the funded accounts. My target should be to make 1,100 just so I'm in profit, you know? And once you've hit that, then you can start risking 1% and risking 2% because anything above that is now profits, you know? Buy a bigger account, maximize that, and so on. But yeah, that is the waffle of the week. And we'll be back on what day is Monday? 3rd of August. So we'll be back on the 3rd of August. But yeah, that is July. I wish I could show you July results, but this shit just ain't working. Is it gonna work if I reset? Or is it just gonna start glitching? Oh, it's gonna work if I reset. It's been glitching all day. So you can see these are the trades. Uh, this is on a 100k account. So as you can see, 100k account means I was trading 15 minutes. So as you can see, 500 loss, 500 loss on Wednesday and Thursday. And then the win was on Monday, which I've showed you lot. Default account's my 10k account, so this account's all over the place. But as you can see, loss of the first week, minus $146, minus $150, minus $180, and then the week after, minus $200. So out of the 4 weeks, 4 weeks, out of 5 weeks in a month, I've lost four of them. And I've had two wins and three, four, five, six, seven. Seven losses. Seven losses and two wins. But because of how quick I am at reacting to my losses and understanding when I'm wrong, two wins have near enough cleared out seven losses, which is crazy. But that's the type of risk to reward you want. That's the kind of risk management you want. You could take seven losses and only win two, and you're kind of okay. Because as you can see, for this month, I'm only down 1.4%. Now, if I go to June, as you can see, one win in June, and I'm down 4.7%. Now, if I took one win, full TP win, clear it out as well, right? So going into August, we need to get 4.7%. Oh, wrong thing. 4.7% and 1.4%. So that's just 6%. Is that 6% in total? Or is my math just cut? 4.7 plus 1.4, 6.1%. I was, no, 6.1%. So one full TP win, and we've covered 2 months worth of losses. And it just goes to show risk to reward is everything. Now, if I don't get that, that's okay. If I do blow the account, that's also okay. But as you can see, these are the trades. The 30th, what's today? For Friday. So yeah, this is the 30th. This is the trade I was talking about. As you can see, entry, break structure, retest, entered, closed out there. This was the other trade on the 29th, so Wednesday, break structure, entered there. As you can see, it dropped into profit quite nicely, but it failed to break this structure, which I wasn't worried about. I wasn't thinking, oh, I didn't break the structure, I need to get out. I was thinking, okay, it didn't break this structure, but it broke the most recent one. It could just be retesting in to go low. Retested in, went low, didn't go as low. Then it created this big imbalance candle, bullish candle as well. To the upside, closed above. I was able to get out for 80, as you can see, minus $84, which is 0.44R. Don't know if that's true, but yeah. Then as you can see here, break structure, retested nicely, held it, price reversed, and as you can see, got out here, price consolidated around entry for a while, then melted to the downside, entry of 2 hours in mind games. Was a couple of pips from TP, then price created a high, retested the lows, then broke, then retested the lows, then broke the high, so I manually exited. So as you can see, retested the lows here, struggled to close beneath, traded above, manually exited, as I said. That was the trade I just showed you lot. Yeah, as you can see here, this is on the 5 minute. yeah, so break structure, retesting of 50%. As you can see, the 50% entry was where the 50% mark is. Didn't enter there, got impatient, entered here, 10 pip stop loss, and then price traded lower. I was thinking it's gonna hit TP, then it didn't. It created this high, retested this low once, twice, you could say 3 times, struggled to close beneath it, traded higher, closed above. Another trade I closed. So I closed at 1.6, $364. As I said, when was that? Monday? I think that was Monday. Monday? Yeah, Monday. That was Monday. Yeah, it says Monday. Okay, now it's gone blank. Yeah, this shit is just bugging. Um, what the fuck? But yeah, that is trade breakdown for the week, and that is me done. Yeah, that is me done for the week. So back to back negative months. As you can see, back to back negative months. Minus 4.7% in June, minus 1.4% in July, and then I'll check on my 100K account how much that is down to. Was that the buy? I think that was the buy. Yeah, it was. Thought so. But yeah, it hit 1.5K, but because of spreads and fees and stupid. But yeah, it was another Asian read because I don't want a session. I only don't make like of Asian retesting that in the I tested using Asian session as well. But I've actually tested big with just London and tested with using Asian session. So I know both of them, and I'll use them based on what did I say I use them based off. When I want to get into a trade type thing, and I'm just trying to pass quickly, you know, doing that. Yeah, the very hard to just like go and just actually just find the mark. Yeah, and then I'll just end up being like I just traded American last for like 10 five so you know I've probably been in about 5 minutes. So yeah, break down all that. So nothing crazy. In June, nothing crazy. You know, I just need to get back, and then yeah, that is it. But that's my weekly breakdown. Like, uh, what you can